My fans love to see me suffer, so I just do things that make me miserable, and they find it funny.
Wow.
So
it's crazy.
Well, guys, I don't want to hear it. I can already see the comments right now saying you promised that you weren't talking about the MrBeast drama anymore. And look, I'm keeping my word, okay? This is different. Today, there will nary be a single mention of the MrBeast drama we've grown so accustomed to talking about. Today, it's just a shitty video. A breath of fresh air. Recently, MrBeast and Cristiano Ronaldo released a weird, like, podcast-esque video, which for two guys who basically have, like, unlimited funds, also one of them being the self-proclaimed king of YouTube, is shockingly bad. In a video titled, I Meet MrBeast to Break the Internet, these guys managed to produce 13 of the internet's most awkward minutes. Seriously, it's pretty rough. Like I said, for two guys who could basically afford anybody in the business, to churn out a video this hard to watch, it's honestly kind of impressive. The lack of chemistry between these two, it should be studied. The more you watch of this video, the more painfully obvious it becomes that the only reason this video was made was to make a video that gets a lot of views. Not even like make a lot of money. Now, obviously that comes with the views, but like seriously, I think the only reason they made this video was to say, hey, we made this video that got this many views. I mean, the title of this video is literally I Meet MrBeast to Break the Internet. It really just seems like Ronaldo's team came up with this, pitched it to MrBeast's team. They said, yeah, awesome, this video is gonna blow up. They started filming and they were like, oh shit, wait, what is this video gonna be? And then they just started spitballing. You'll see. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
What you felt when you saw when I started the channel?
yeah. I knew it was gonna, honestly, I thought you were gonna do like 20, 30 million in the first month. When you did 60, I was like, oh my gosh. Like the most ever gained in a month before you was 20 million. And that was us. And so 60 is like, that was insane.
Really? That was a shocker to you, MrBeast? When one of the most famous people on the entire planet right now was able to gain subscribers quicker than you, that one really took you off guard, actually? Obviously, I'm being kind of nitpicky here, but it's always funny to me when MrBeast talks about himself as almost like this omniscient YouTube being, where he's like, the number I made up in my head was wrong, and that just really blew me away. He talks like this a lot when it comes to numbers on YouTube. I don't know, it just humors me.
How long do you take to reach 60 million?
Probably 13 years.
13.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me like...
You think I'm gonna beat you? You think honest?
No.
You think honest?
No. It depends what you start doing. If you start having other footballers on here and you start like reacting to your biggest plays, I think that will crush. So if you get in a rhythm, I think you can make some killer content. That isn't like
But
too
this
hard
record is for you. I don't want to beat that record, honest.
What the hell am I watching? Do you know how long it's been since I've seen the MLG glasses? It's had to have been like nearly a decade. But are you guys seeing what I mean by how like this video doesn't really seem to have a direction? Like it's not a podcast where there's a flowing conversation. It's basically just back and forth about, hey, I'm famous. Wait, you're famous too. It just seems like this really didn't need to happen.
So on YouTube, when people get recommended a video, you know how that image pops up?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's called a thumbnail. I'm known for my thumbnails, but so I'll give you a few tricks.
Okay.
So usually in the thumbnail, you put your face.
Okay.
Whenever you take the photos of your face, keep your mouth closed. Like I used to do this with an open mouth. People hate it.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they say it's cringe. So keep your mouth closed and just like get some good high quality images of your face. Your team can put them in the thumbnail. Yeah, I got it. All right. So what you'll do, you want to show expression. So you'll just be like, but it's cringe because there's 30 people watching. All right, next question.
What's hilarious to me here is that he started talking about thumbnails completely unprompted. Like this guy is just so wired for YouTube that it's all he can talk about. Just out of the blue, he's like, you know what? I need to teach this guy how to make a thumbnail. This guy who probably has a team of 50 people running this YouTube channel, yeah, I need to teach him how to make a thumbnail. It's gonna do him a lot of good. But again, I think this is a good example of how there was absolutely no thought put into the creation of this video. Like nobody wants to listen to this shit. Like, woohoo, we get to listen to a guy who doesn't make his thumbnails anymore. Give a guy who will never make a thumbnail in his entire life tips on how to make a thumbnail. Like, who gives a fuck?
It's good.
Yeah.
Good to know that.
He is getting harassed by a fly. Someone just clipped this. Like, I see it. He's not. I see a fly just attacking his eyes. I think it literally landed on one.
First time seeing a fly, guys? I know, it's a pretty crazy time. Why are they acting like a fly is some sort of fucking mythological creature that he's making up? Guys, we promise there's a fly in the studio. We're not joking. Clip this. Holy shit. Like, what? If anything, this reaction makes me think that there isn't really a fly. You're trying to sell it too hard. Never would I question if there's actually a fly in the studio, but now I'm starting to have my doubts.
I buried myself alive for 7 days. So
That you did?
yeah, so this is my coffin. And then they put 20,000 pounds of dirt on me. And I spent a week laying down in a coffin. So I'm under there.
No way.
Cristiano realizing what it means to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, and so people knew it was real. We time-lapsed the whole thing.
But how you feel?
Oh, horrible. I couldn't move for a whole week.
I like how they're editing in like thought bubbles in post because this guy said nothing to this. He's like, oh, a coffin, cool. Like he just does not give a single shit about anything that MrBeast is saying, and it's honestly pretty funny.
There's a fly trapped in the coffin too. So
You didn't move for a whole week?
yeah, I laid down there. So then if you like skip to the end, this is after 7 days. And this is when they dug me up.
That you've been like...
Laying, yeah. So this is where we had to. So that's the medic had to help me up because like they were worried I'd have a blood clot. So a medic had to check me out when I stood up.
But you feel it inside bad or?
I mean, yeah, it was horrible because like it's like a coffin, so the floor's wood. So like my back hurt.
Your back, right?
Yeah.
Is there like a dude behind the camera with a gun or something? Is this a real conversation being had by two real humans? Did you feel bad after being buried alive for a week? No, I felt chipper. What kind of question is that? Like again, I'm not trying to repeat myself, but the fact that this was the best video these two could dream up, it's just kind of surprising.
So we did 7 days buried alive. I also did 7 days in solitary confinement in a padded room with no interaction, no time.
Brother, you're crazy, eh?
Yeah, that one was brutal. Tyler, what else did we do? I did 7 days on a deserted island, which made me want to die. 7 days stranded on a raft. 7 days. Yeah, 7 days in an underground city, 7 days in an abandoned city. So my fans love to see me suffer, so I just do things that make me miserable, and they find it funny.
Wow.
So
It's crazy.
As if I needed any more evidence to the fact that there is absolutely zero chemistry here, MrBeast really just got hit with a wow, that's crazy. Like that speaks volumes. Because it really seems like Ronaldo did not know of all the stuff that MrBeast has done. Like when he was talking about the whole coffin thing, it really sounded like he did not know about that previously. Can you imagine your presence boring a guy so bad that you're talking about how you've done crazy shit that nobody else has done? Buried yourself alive, stranded yourself on an island, got lost at sea, all this stuff, and you still get hit with a wow, that's crazy? I don't know how you recover from that.
yeah, so it's just like cool
What
stuff
is your
like that.
favorite one that you like the most?
Oh boy, I like them all. I mean, yeah, we did. Oh yeah, this video is the one that broke the internet. This is the most viewed video on YouTube in 24 hours. So no video in the history of YouTube has gotten more views than this in 24 hours. So we grabbed all the biggest YouTubers on the planet and we put them in a big cube. Wait, let me find a wide shot. So these are all really, really famous creators. Like your kids would know all of them. And whereas, I'm trying to find a good shot. It's just, we built a huge cube, put them in there, and then said whoever left last will give one of your subscribers $1 million.
Oh, okay.
And so like everyone was, it'd be like the equivalent of getting like the 50 biggest football players and putting them in a room and then like having them do something.
Yeah, MrBeast, I feel like you really didn't need to dumb that one down for him. Like maybe it's just because it's easy to pick on MrBeast, but sometimes he treats YouTube like it's this crazy hard thing to understand. And like sure, some things about the algorithm are maybe not too intuitive, but like this, the guy is making YouTube videos. He has his own YouTube channel. I think he can probably understand what the phrase the 50 biggest YouTubers means. Also, this entire video is just like a simulation of that awful moment when you show a friend a video and they don't find it nearly as funny or entertaining as you do. So you're both just sort of sitting there awkwardly, they're trying to pretend like they enjoy it. You're trying as hard as you can to not make eye contact with them. You keep saying it's about to get good in a second and you know that the funniest part has already happened. It's a rough watch.
I heard this is your water brand?
Yes.
What made you want to do it?
Basically, a good product, a good quality of water for me is the most important. Doesn't matter if it's water or supplements, for example.
Yeah.
If it's nice product, I like to be associated.
Makes sense.
Yes.
It's really just becoming painfully obvious that not a single thing that these two talked about during this entire video was planned ahead of time whatsoever. And like, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but when it's stuff like this, you might want to give the other person a heads up, like asking why you wanted to start a company. Because I mean, like, that's not even an answer, Ronaldo. If it's a good quality product, you want to be associated with it. Any good product at all? Okay. Believe it or not, however, that's pretty much where the video ends. Ronaldo invites MrBeast out to watch a game, but other than that, you've basically seen the entire video. Obviously, I cut out a lot of the fluff, but you've pretty much seen all the topics they included in this, and the question still remains, how did this happen? Ronaldo's the highest paid athlete in the world, MrBeast has YouTube down to a science, and really? This is the best they could come up with? This was a group effort, like they're talking to people off camera. There was obviously a team involved in this. I'm just honestly surprised. Can't get over it, don't know why. Well guys, what do you think? What's your explanation as to why this video just doesn't really work? Like I said in the beginning, I think it's because this video was only made to, quote, break the internet. I'm sure MrBeast was just paid to appear in this video, so he didn't really care how it went. And then maybe Ronaldo's team, seeing how much success they've had simply just because Ronaldo is Ronaldo, they thought, okay, well, as long as we put these two huge names together, that's all the work we have to do. And I mean, sure, I guess on some level it worked because this video has tens of millions of views. However, is it going to be remembered whatsoever? Don't think so. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.